How's it going, everyone? Welcome to this Microsoft Excel tutorial with Eli Dugan. Today, I'll show you how to format your axes. I have a confession to make. In the last video where I looked at earthquake data, I was not being completely honest. Astute viewers may have noticed that these two earthquakes, with 160 and 513 casualties respectively, were not shown in this chart, which you can tell by looking at the y-axis, which only goes up to 60. In fact, there were a total of 3 earthquakes in the database that were not shown in this chart. The reason for that was because it was distracting from the point I was making, but it does lead nicely into demonstrating how to format axes. If I double-click on the y-axis here, what you should see is this menu, and you can take a look at the minimum and maximum of 0 and 60 and see that those numbers correspond to what's seen on the chart. If I change this limit to, say, 200, we'll see the point with 160 casualties from before. If I change it to 600, that gets us a second point. And if I change it to 5,000, that's the final point that just appeared. Obviously, this is not a very useful way to present our data. Most of the graph is squished so far down that no useful trend is distinguishable. In cases like this, where one set of data has numbers that span multiple orders of magnitude, it makes sense to use a logarithmic scale, and the base doesn't really matter. You may sometimes see an error message pop up that talks about zero values if you have them in your dataset, but that generally isn't a super big deal. Now the trend is clear and we see all of the data. And that's it. Following these steps, you too can format axes in Excel. Happy spreadsheeting and long live the class of 2021.